Hi, my name is Vicki McDonough. I live with an autoimmune disease, Sjogren syndrome, and this video is all about diet change, my diet change. I just wanted to share my diet change process with you because I know a lot of people out there struggle with diet, and I am one of them. I'm hoping that by sharing my struggles and victories, we're going to claim that now, victories, that I can encourage others, help people, help you not to feel so alone in it. And because I have felt like a failure in the past, not a failure, but as if I had failed every time I break down and give in to the wrong foods. I want to encourage others to keep on trying because I'm determined to keep on trying. You know, if I fall down, if I fall out of the boat, I'm determined to get right back in the boat again and to keep on trying. Because with autoimmune disease, it is worth diet change. Cutting out the foods that we know contribute to systemic inflammation, and including the foods that help to contribute to decreased inflammation. And with Sjogren's disease, there are foods that contribute to helping lubricate the body, which is extremely important with our eyes and our mouth and our skin and our lungs. So let's get into my diet change process that I would like to share with you. So I want to go through the what, when, why, how, what my challenges are, what my strengths are, and let's see what my dietary changes and some supplement changes to cut out certain supplements and include certain supplements that I'm not doing right now that I realize I need to be doing. And why? Because I want to improve my overall health and wellness, my quality of life. I want to decrease my symptoms, decrease my fatigue, my brain fog, my headaches, my gut issues, and help my lungs. How am I going to do that? I need to learn what I have allergies to and sensitivities to and begin to cut those foods out. I need to learn what the foods are that help the immune system to function normally, to function in a healthy way rather than attacking me, and to help reduce my systemic inflammation and prevent the systemic inflammation from happening. I need to learn some doable recipes with those new foods that I need to include in my diet. I need to work with an allergy clinic. I need to see a naturopathic doctor that knows herbology, I guess, all about herbs and the certain herbs that I need to avoid, herbs that I need to include in my diet through cooking and through teas, and maybe supplements. I need to cook and bake meals in bulk and freeze them. So changes that I've already made. I've cut out 90% of dairy. I've begun filtering my water through like a water filtration thingy. Mine is Brita, because that was the brand available to us at the store we shopped at, so we purchased it. So I filter my drinking water, and I filter the water that we put into our coffee maker. I don't use filtered water for boiling or in my cooking or baking. I try to, but I wouldn't say I do it 100%. I've tried to reduce greatly storing food in plastic, but we do still do it. I've reduced drinking out of plastic cups. We threw all our plastic cups away, except for a couple, and I don't use those. I drink out of glass, and I drink out of metal coffee or tea jugs, containers that are thermoses. I drink out of large thermoses, and I fill those up as soon as the water gets filtered. As soon as the water gets filtered through the Brita filter and fills up, I fill up those drinking thermoses and I put them in the refrigerator so that I have water to drink throughout the day. And then I refill my filter so that there's water there to use for other things throughout the day. I don't allow the water to stay in there over greater than a 24-hour period. Honestly, it doesn't last in there long enough for 24 hours. I'm always constantly refilling it. And then if it's late enough in the evening, I don't refill it because I don't want the water sitting in the plastic container overnight, because I understand that certain parts of the plastic can leach into the water, and I want to avoid that. I've increased my vegetable intake. I have begun to include sauerkraut in some of my meals in a small amount, maybe a serving about this big. I've increased pickles. I've increased my fish intake. And usually that is some type of tuna or salmon that I mix with some dairy-free mayo. And I usually put quite a lot of pickle in there. And that tastes pretty good. Eventually, I want to make my own homemade mayo, but I haven't included that yet. I have done it in the past. It works out well. It's not hard to do, but I haven't as of yet for this diet change. Limiting sugar. I'm trying my best to limit sugar, but when I limit it severely, I usually break down at some point and will binge a little bit, which isn't good because then I hurt more and I'm more fatigued. Let's see. What I've been doing is choosing gluten-free bread that I have with eggs in the morning. I also have a second choice, which is gluten-free, faster cooking oats that I add filtered water into, some cinnamon, and a little bit, probably a tablespoon and a half of real maple syrup. And then I mix it together and put it in the microwave for almost a minute, not quite a whole minute. And then I pour a little bit of oat-based creamer. There's no dairy in the creamer. There's very little sugar, and I use that. I've also decreased my caffeine intake to 1 cup of coffee in the morning. And then if I want a second cup, I use caffeine-free, which I think does have a little bit of caffeine in it still, but way decreased from what I used to do. What other changes have I made? I added fish oil into my supplement regimen. So we are also only purchasing meats, lunch meats, that are nitrite and nitrate free, gluten-free, sugar-free, ones that are not soaking in water or syrups that have sugar in them. I did try pomegranate juice, 100% pure, although I think it's contributed to fatigue. So my issues and concerns related to diet change, first of all, it's going to be expensive. I don't want to do it all at once because I have in the past, and it just increases my symptoms because my body just, I think my body freaks out because of what it's used to and all at once not getting. Let's see. Resisting my cravings is also a concern. I'm going to need a plan for that with good alternative foods. And I have found in the past, though, once the sugar is out of my system, my brain and my attitude seems to not notice it as much, and then the temptations go way down. Let's see, positive aspects. I've tried it in the past by doing Whole30 2 or 3 times. I'm already gluten-free. I'm already 90% dairy-free. I like greens. I like most vegetables. There are a few I really don't like. And I have a mental aversion to the idea of eating sardines. I think because I have it in my head that they're whole and I don't want to eat fish guts and fish brains, which I realize is silly, especially if they're really small and it's good for me. But we'll cross that bridge later. I think there are ways that I can incorporate those oils into my foods without having to actually eat the sardines. So we're going to try somehow. Let's see. When the weather improves, that will help me improve. The sunshine always brightens my ability. The warmth makes it easier. It'll improve my gut by decreasing the bloating, decreasing the gas, increasing elimination regulation. Let's see, I'm hoping it'll also decrease my autoimmune response, decrease my overall inflammation, hoping it'll decrease my fatigue and my brain fog and the dryness all over. By including more of those oily fishes, I'm hoping that my eyes and my mouth and my skin will be a little bit more moisturized. That was a recommendation from one of the viewers. So, what are the steps that I need to take right away? Well, I need to keep on going with the changes that I've already made and work to improve them. Step 2, I have scheduled an appointment with an allergy clinic to get allergy testing so that I can find out what I actually have allergies to externally and internally, and sensitivities to. Some things I know because of reactions that I've had. I've never had anaphylaxis, thank goodness. But I need to find out exactly what my sensitivities are because I may have some that I'm completely unaware of. So, and I also am hoping to get some pulmonary function testing through this same clinic. And so I'm going to advocate for that. Once I know what my environmental and my internal, physical internal sensitivities are, I need to begin reducing my exposure to those things, eliminating those problem foods, those trigger foods. So for me, that diet change, it really needs to be progressive. So I want to encourage other people to try to make a plan, a basic plan for a diet change, and do it progressively because it is expensive. Reducing what's in your cupboard now and replacing those things with either gluten-free or sugar-free, or perhaps items that you don't have that you might need. Finding recipes, maybe partnering up with somebody for cooking and baking in bulk to get ready for your change, and perhaps doing it progressively versus completely all at once. It depends on who you are, your personality, and what works for you. So I hope that this video was helpful for you. I hope you're not feeling alone in it. And if you are, you're not alone in it. A lot of us need dietary changes. And so if you've reached the end of this video, I want to thank you so much for viewing it. I hope that you are doing well, that winter hasn't been too hard on you. Spring is right around the corner. So from me to you, I wish you positivity, wellness, and success in your changes. Keep on keeping on. Keep your hope. Love to you all.